Welcome to the Hach training video for Method 8000, COD testing, which comprises 4 different ranges: 0.7 to 40 mg per liter COD, the ultra-low range; 3 to 150 mg per liter COD, the low range; 20 to 1500 mg per liter COD, the high range; 200 to 15,000 mg per liter COD, high range plus. Before you start, make sure you have all the necessary instruments and reagents. You can see the list of everything you will need on the screen, or you can also visit our website and download Method 8000 for more information. First, the DRB200 needs to be powered on. Then select the program labeled COD. The reactor will preheat itself to 150 degrees Celsius and give 2 beeps when it is at the correct temperature. Blank preparation step. Remove the cap from the vial. Hold the vial at about 45 degrees. Use a clean pipette to add 2 milliliters of deionized water. Close the vial tightly and wipe down the outside of the vial with a lint-free tissue. Hold the vial by the cap and invert gently several times to mix. Please note that the vial can get very hot during the mixing. Sample preparation step. Remove the cap from the vial. Hold the vial at about 45 degrees. Use a clean pipette to add 2 milliliters of your sample. Close the vial tightly and wipe down the vial with a lint-free tissue. Hold the vial by the cap and invert gently several times to mix. Please note that the vial can get very hot during the mixing. Alternative samples with solids and high range plus. If the sample contains suspended solids, put 100 milliliters of sample in a blender. Blend for 30 seconds or until homogenized. For high range plus, 200 to 15,000 ppm, pour the homogenized sample into a 250 milliliter beaker and gently stir with a magnetic stir plate. Remove the cap from the vial. Hold the vial at about 45 degrees. Use a clean pipette to add 2 milliliters of sample per vial. For high range plus, 200 to 15,000 ppm, use a suitable pipette or pipetter to add only 0.2 milliliters of sample per vial. Close the vial tightly and wipe down the vial with a lint-free tissue. Hold the vial by the cap and invert gently several times to mix. Please note the vial can get very hot during the mixing. Digestion step. When the temperature of the DRB200 reaches the COD pre-programmed 150 degrees Celsius, the DRB200 will give 2 beeps. Put the vials in the preheated DRB200 reactor and close the lid. Press the button below Start on the DRB200 screen. Digest the blank and sample for 2 hours. When 2 hours is reached, the DRB200 will start cooling down to 120 degrees Celsius. When it has reached 120 degrees Celsius, the DRB200 will give 4 beeps and the vials can be removed. Use heat-resistant gloves or finger cots to remove the vials. Invert each vial several times while it is still warm. Put the vials in a tube rack to cool to room temperature. Analysis step. Select the COD program on your spectrophotometer or colorimeter. Number 431 for COD ultra-low range, number 430 for COD low range, or number 435 for COD high range or COD high range plus. Clean the blank sample cell and insert the blank into the cell holder. During this step, handle carefully and do not shake or invert. If the vial is moved so that the sediment at the bottom is stirred up, please put the vials back and wait 30 minutes until the sediment has settled again. Push 0. The display shows 0 or 0.0 milligrams per liter COD. Clean the sample cell and insert the sample into the cell holder. Once again, while performing this step, do not shake or invert the sample cell. Ensure no sediment has been stirred up. Doing so will cause artificially high results. If sediment is stirred up, carefully place back on the rack and wait half an hour to start the analysis step again. Push Read. The result shows in milligrams per liter COD. If you are using the high range plus COD reagent vials, multiply the result by 10. For the most accurate results with samples near maximum concentration, 1500 or 15,000 milligrams per liter COD, Repeat the analysis with a diluted sample. Interferences. Chloride is the primary interference in this test procedure. Each of our COD vials contains mercuric sulfate that removes chloride interference to the level specified in column 1 of the method. However, we recommend to dilute the samples that have higher chloride concentrations to the level given in column 2. If sample dilution causes the COD concentration to be too low for accurate measurements, add 0.5 grams of mercuric sulfate to each COD vial before the sample is added. The additional mercuric sulfate will increase the maximum chloride concentration to the level given in column 3. Please note that bromide interference is not removed with mercuric sulfate.